to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the Church of Great Millstone. Shalom to the sincere and hopeful elect. You brothers out there prophesying in the true name and the true doctrine about the times we're in the headed for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Alright, this Kwadash Paya, as you can see on the title, it's all financial gain. And I just wanted to make a real fast, quick video on. It inspired me watching the brother, the priest Shaman's video, right? Because it's like what he mentioned, the transfer of wealth. You know, all this war with Russia and Ukraine, which they're like high in grain. You know, Russia's not really losing anything due to the sanctions. You know, and America is still they still buying Russian oil, you know, and Europe, you know, Russia is a big export to oil for most of Eastern Europe, you know, but it's all financial gain, you know, because just like when, you know, certain stocks or investments was made before a great calamity like 9/11 or things like that, right? But primarily America, aka Babylon, soon they're gonna leave this fiat currency, you know, this Federal Reserve notes, you know, and with everything going digital based, that's gonna create a new currency, you know, and then they speaking about which is gonna affect the world, right? Now China is big on digital currency, um, which is different than cryptocurrency, right? But you know, if there is a power outage, whether it's on a global scale or not, that could be a reset in the grid, right? In order for people to show their identity, who they are, where they do you have a job, do you have this, do you have that. Like paper is not gonna hold any value, right? Just like when the C-19 was going on in the beginning, they wanted to show proof with the paper. Oh, you got to show proof of that you have the JAB. But a lot of people were creating false, you know, false identity cards, if you will. You know, but with this war, which is the beginning of I say it's the beginning of World War III, whether it's happening economically first, because you even see a lot of franchise businesses investing in digital currencies. You know, Australia. So that's like the scriptures is gonna eventually have all these other countries hate the whore. You know, and this is why we gotta watch and pray, right? Be circumspect, because a lot of narratives is being changed through social media. Like the brother was mentioning how um, you have certain events that was going on, like certain bombings people see on the media when they were like a year old, or you know what I mean, things of that nature. Because the media over here in America, or aka Babylon the Great, is psychologically programming people to get used to this whole social engineering program, right? And that's why people will react a certain way when things do occur, You know what I'm saying? So this is why we gotta discern. Take the meat from the bones. We gotta discern, what adds up and what doesn't, what makes sense and what doesn't, and filter it all through the scriptures. Nevertheless, though, everything that's going on is prophecy. It's prophetic. It was written. These things were already proclaimed before they occurred. That's what prophecies are. Things that were known before they occurred. When you tell someone something before it happens, you're prophesying unto them. Prophecy meaning to say before. I want to get a fast precept in the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 16. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but his heart is hard. He imagineth how to throw thee into a pit, which is a trap. So all of this is a trap. Right? It's a snare, like the scriptures say, as a snare shall it come upon all the world. It says he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So these elites, they're not going to be, they go to war for, they'll kill for money, for gold, for oil, for commodities, and hey man, we just got to watch and see, because one crisis passed and now we on to a phase of another crisis. And now you got the military. I just read the other day, last night rather, that you had about close to 5,000 vets that was positive for HIV. Positive for HIV. After the, I don't know if it's directly connected to taking that JAB, but the scriptures speak about plagues, man. So everyone that did trust in Esau with this whole venom juice, who knows, like where that's gonna lead, right? The scriptures speak about plagues that wasn't written in the book. So that's something you got to keep in mind, because all the people that submitted to that venom juice already showed lack of faith. So what? We're going to see a lot of, let's see what happens, man. Especially with China now speaking about certain power outages, and Australia doing away with ATMs. And so, hey man, I'm going to say it again. There's going to be one way to show your identity. It's through a way of digital, like a digital footprint. That's why they were coming up with, that's why they was coming up with all these digital passports and contactless payments and things like that. But we gotta watch and pray, man. So I want to get one more verse, and I'm gonna close. I was just inspired by the brother, the priest, for what he has said, because you got to be careful what you're watching on the social media. They could show you mass deaths, right, that was happening in another country and say it was in Ukraine or it was here. The reality is like, it's just, it's a lie. But the agenda stays the same. The agenda will stay the same. That's the point. Because it's not their agenda. It's the Lord. Basically, it's the Lord's agenda, because the Lord is making them do these things. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. Psalms 10 and 10. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong one. So, they're coming up with that Hegelian dialectics, problem, reaction, solution, and then they want to come up with a solution to help from the problem that they created. So, with that, man, just watch and pray. Till next time, shalom. Don't trust in everything, you know? Watch and pray.